Hello children, welcome to the virtual class. Today we are meeting here for a lesson in Standard 9th English. And the name of the lesson is The Swiss Family Robinson. Now this is an adventure story. We are going to do the synopsis of the story, The Swiss Family Robinson. Now what is the story about? This is a story about a Swiss family. Now who's a Swiss family? A Swiss family is a family which belongs to this country called Switzerland. So this family, they set out in a very happy mood and they go out on a voyage. That is, in the olden times, children, people did not have many options of traveling by train or traveling by the aeroplane, etc. So most of the people used to travel by the sea route. That is, they used to travel by ship, and they were very happy. They wanted to go somewhere. So there was this man, there was his wife and his children. But what happened suddenly on the way? Their ship met with an accident and the ship got wrecked. Alright, so let us see what the story is about. Now this is a synopsis of the story. Now this is a very famous novel, children, which has been written almost 200 years ago, and there are many people who have read the novel, enjoyed the story of the novel. This novel has also been made into a movie. Okay, so this is how famous the story is. Now we will not be able to do the entire story in a time period of maybe 15 minutes. So what we will do, we will try and do a synopsis of the story. We will see quickly what the story is about, and then we will what we will do is, and then we will look at some grammar point which is there in your story. So come on children, let's go to our story for today and look at what the story of the Swiss family was. So this is a picture of the Swiss family Robinson for you. Now I told you, right, that it has been made into a movie as well. So this is a picture from the movie. So you can see real people here, real characters. Now let's talk about how their story began. Before that, there are many stories in the English language, adventure stories which have been written by famous people, and they have been read and they have been admired and enjoyed by not only young people but also old people the world over, and for many years. Okay, so one of the stories is the adventure of Tom Sawyer. You must have at least heard it, the adventures of Tom Sawyer. And then we have a very famous story of Robinson Crusoe. Okay, it was written by a very famous writer called Daniel Defoe. You have many other stories also, children, of adventures, like for example we have the story of Moby Dick. Okay, so there are many adventure stories in English this way, and out of all the stories we are going to talk about the Swiss family Robinson today. So let's look at the story of the Swiss family Robinson. So during a storm, the captain and the crew, they abandon the ship and they leave the Robinson family, consisting of Mr. and Mrs. Robinson and their 4 sons, Fritz, Franz, Ernest and Jack, on the ship. Now I told you in the beginning of the story that Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, along with their children, they set out on a voyage, and what happens is a big storm breaks out and the ship gets abandoned. The captain and the crew of the ship, they leave the ship. Abandoning the ship means they run away actually from the ship. Unfortunately, the Robinson family, that is Mr. and Mrs. Robinson and their children, are left on the ship to fend for themselves. So you can see how the ship breaks up. Okay, and the Swiss family Robinson is left on the ship, and the crew and the captain, when they abandon the ship and they go away, they do not take these poor people along with them. Alright, so this is how our story begins, but this is just the beginning of the story. The adventure will start from here onwards. These people, what they do is, they somehow try to escape from the ship. They try to collect some things which are important for them. Alright, they find some animals also on the abandoned on the ship. They try to collect these animals, they try to save as many lives as possible, and they also try to salvage some things which they might need in order to survive, and then they leave the ship. They get off the ship before the entire ship sinks. After this, you will see, when the storm abates, that is when the storm passes away, the family, it finds that they are very close to an island. Okay, so what they do is, they build a raft and they float towards the shore. They see that they are very close to a place where they can maybe survive. They'll maybe find some food, and maybe they'll find a place to live in. Alright, so they build a raft. Now what is a raft? A raft is a kind of a rough boat, you can say, which floats on the water. So you can see here, there's this raft and they are trying to stay afloat. What is the meaning of staying afloat? Staying afloat means not sinking, and somehow they try and reach the island. Okay, now in the coming days, now they have to stay there in the island. The ship is gone, and we were not living in the age of the internet then, children. Okay, people did not know how to make phone calls and how to send emails or make video calls also. So people never knew till the ship would return. They would wait for the ship to return, and it would take 3 months. And when the ship doesn't finally return, that is the time when they start searching for the ship. So in the coming days, these people realized that we have to somehow survive. So they started returning to the ship, and they started carrying as many tools, supplies, materials and animals as they could before the entire ship breaks apart and it sinks. And now in order to survive in the unfamiliar environment, what do? They built a beautiful tree house for themselves. So can you see this tree house? What is a tree house? A tree house is a kind of a, you cannot say it is made up of cement, okay, or it is made up of RCC, but a steel house, a tree house is a kind of a rough, you can say cottage kind of a thing, which is made with the support of the branches of the trees. So in order to survive in this unfamiliar, now remember, these people had come from a country like Switzerland, okay, and suddenly they have landed in the middle of an ocean on an island which is probably uninhabited also. Uninhabited here means maybe there is no one staying on that island. Okay, then what do? Once they get a place to live, now there are many basic needs of human beings, isn't it, children? You need a house to live, but along with that, what do? You need food to eat, you need clothes to wear. So they started searching for the fulfillment of their other basic needs. Okay, so now the dogs which they rescued from the ship had also become friends with them. So you will see here, along with this dog and along with the animals that they had with them, they tried to somehow satisfy their needs by hunting or by, you can say, searching for fruits or roots or vegetables, etc. And somehow or the other, the Swiss family Robinson started to survive, and they started to get familiar also with that particular environment. Can you see? So they are kind of now happy living there. Okay, they kind of have started adjusting to the new kind of life that they have been given now to live. Alright, so somehow or the other they are happy. Now suddenly one fine day, what happens? The oldest son, okay, of the Robinsons, that is Fritz, what happens? He explores the island. Now once they become comfortable, then they start feeling, arey chalo, let's go and see whether there is something else also over here. So they start exploring the island. And when they start exploring the island, he comes across another girl who's living alone on the island now. She was also probably shipwrecked. That is, her ship must also have broken down. So what he finds that she's living alone. So he takes pity on her and he brings her back to stay with his own family. Now there was no one looking for Robinsons back home because the entire family was here. But this girl must be having a family back home, and that is the reason that her father or the girl's grandfather, her family, they have sent for a search team to look for this girl. And finally the search team hunts around across the oceans, across the seas, and finally the captain finds this girl, and along with this girl the captain finds the entire Robinson family. Okay, so this is how the world comes to know about how the Robinsons have survived for so long and how their ship was wrecked and their entire story. So children, in short, the synopsis of the Swiss family Robinson we saw now in a pictorial representation kind of a way. Now I have told you, children, that whenever we do a lesson in English, we look at the story in short, and then what we do, we try and do a kind of an exercise, okay, either in vocabulary or in grammar. So you have this particular exercise along with this lesson in your textbook, and the name of the vocabulary point that we will study here is compound words. Okay, so now what are compound words? Let's try and understand what compound words are. So compound word means it is a word which is made up of two words actually. So each word has got its own individual meaning, but when these two words come together, there is a third meaning which comes up. Okay, now there is one example on this screen for you. See, goat seller. So who's a goat seller? The goat seller is a person who sells goats. Alright, so this is a very simple example of a compound word. Let us look at some more examples. So before that, once again let us see what is a compound word. So compound words are words which are made up of actually two words. Okay, see here, a hot dog. So now the hot dog is a kind of a snack, like we eat vada pav. So like that, there is this snack called as a hot dog. So what is a hot dog? The hot dog is a snack, and the name of this originates from two words. One is hot and one is dog. So it doesn't have any connection to a dog, but mind you, okay, it does not mean a dog which is hot. So hot dog is an example of a compound word. See here, there are many more examples like this: backbone, bedroom, night gown, fireplace, etc. Let us look at some more examples now. These are all examples from your textbook, children. They have asked you to try and find out the meanings of these compound words. So arm loads means what? Arm loads means the kind of load which you can carry in your arms. Okay, arm loads. Let us look at one more example: drift wood. So what is drift wood? Drift wood means pieces of wood which break away from trees probably, and they drift along flowing water. Drift wood. Okay, so look at this. Those were the pictures. Arm loads means a load that can be carried with one's arms. Driftwood means pieces of wood which are floating. Now there are many other meanings also which they have asked you to find out. This is your assignment. You're supposed to pick up a dictionary and you're supposed to find out the meanings of these words and collect pictures also if possible, like I did for you. Okay, children, see, so arm load we saw what it is, and driftwood also we saw what it is. Now this is your homework for today. Now there are three forms of compound words. Before we finish off the lesson, let us quickly look at the three forms of compound words. So we have open compound words, that is living room, ice cream, full moon, high school. So there is a open space, there is a space between these two words. Okay, you leave a gap when you write these two words. The next form is closed compound words, where you don't leave a gap. Alright, campfire, earthworm, popcorn, snowball. There is no space, there is no hyphen also. And then you have the hyphenated compound words: mother-in-law, merry-go-round, self-esteem, get together, etc. So children, this is as much as we could manage to do in this slot. Let me leave you by giving you a small, nice, beautiful video here to see. So let us look at the small clip about what compound words are before we wind up for today.
Compound words. A compound word is made when two words are joined to form a new word. For example, letter plus box makes letterbox. Light plus house makes lighthouse. Fire plus fly makes firefly. Neck plus tie makes necktie. Key plus board makes keyboard. Hose plus pipe makes hosepipe.
Okay children, so that was all for today. Thank you so much.